For thousands of years, sage Valmiki's telling of the Ramayana has shaped our understanding of Prince Rama. He is celebrated as Maryada Purushottama, the ultimate ideal man, a figure defined by his absolute, unwavering commitment to earthly duty. We know the emotional beats of this mortal journey well. We watch him endure 14 grueling years of forest exile, and we see the devastating human heartbreak that consumes him when he loses his wife, Sita. But another ancient text reimagines this entire narrative by framing it as a conversation taking place high above the mortal realm. Here, the complete story of Rama is reported as a dialogue between Lord Shiva and the goddess Parvati. Parvati asks her husband a direct question that challenges the entire premise of the story. If Rama is truly the supreme being incarnate, why does he grieve for Sita as though genuinely uncertain of her fate? Why does he constantly require sages and devotees to remind him of his own divine identity? Lord Shiva's answer to that question spans 4,500 Sanskrit verses. That expansive response became the Adhyatma Ramayana. This framing device recasts the familiar narrative as a vehicle for Advaita Vedanta, specifically integrating philosophical inquiry directly into the action of the epic. The most immediate departure from Valmiki's version happens at the very start. In this retelling, Rama doesn't discover his nature over time. He possesses a complete, unbroken awareness of his own divinity from the exact moment of his birth. The text depicts the infant Rama revealing his true cosmic form as the four-armed Mahavishnu to the sages present, making his divine identity an established fact from the first chapter. This leads back to Parvati's question, why the display of suffering? The text answers through the Vedantic concept of Leela, or divine play. Rama's forgetting is a willing, compassionate participation in the human experience. For the emotional truth of the story to function for his devotees, the Supreme Being must step into the illusion of mortal limitation. The heartbreak and the struggle are experienced authentically on the surface, even while an underlying divine nature remains eternally unshaken. When sages remind Rama of his identity throughout the epic, they are not correcting his ignorance. They are simply piercing the veil of the human role he has actively chosen to perform for the sake of the narrative drama. This framework presents Rama's suffering as a deliberate act of divine empathy, a way for the infinite to adopt the limitations of the finite, to make the story meaningful for his followers. This systematic redefining of characters extends to Sita as well. The text redefines her role beyond the traditional depiction of a loyal wife, giving her a specific philosophical function. She is identified as Prakriti. In this framework, Rama represents pure, still, unchanging consciousness, while Sita represents the dynamic, animating primordial energy required to interact with the material world. Pure consciousness is otherwise inactive. It is only when these two principles combine that the physical reality of the epic and the material world itself can be manifested. Because the text treats Rama as a teacher, it frequently pauses the narrative action to let him act as a spiritual guru. The most significant addition is the Rama Gita, where Rama delivers a detailed treatise on Advaita Vedanta to his brother Lakshmana. We also see this in the narrative edition of Rama personally installing a Shiva linga at Rameshwaram. It depicts the avatar of Vishnu performing devoted worship toward Shiva, emphasizing the ultimate non-difference between the two deities. These additions serve as consistent reminders to the reader that every character and event encountered in the story is an expression of one singular ultimate reality. In Orthodox circles, the Adhyatma Ramayana functions as mantra shastra, a sacred text where every individual syllable is treated as an inherently powerful sound, meant for ritual chanting rather than simple intellectual study. This is seen in the living tradition of Parayana, where the entire text is ceremonially recited during festivals like Ram Navami. Devotees hold that the sustained chanting of these verses carries a spiritual merit comparable to the most sacred Vedic mantras. The influence of this text reached its widest audience in the 16th century, when it served as the primary source for Tulsidas's Ramcharitmanas. Tulsidas took the Adhyatma Ramayana's fusion of philosophical knowledge, jnana, and loving devotion, bhakti, and translated those complex Sanskrit principles into the common Awadhi dialect. Today, when millions of people across North India watch Ram Leela performances or recite the Ramcharitmanas, they are engaging with a theological vision of Rama as a fully self-aware supreme being that traces directly back to this Sanskrit text. Ultimately, the Adhyatma Ramayana proves that the epic was more than a story about a god who forgot his divinity. It was a vessel designed to help humanity remember its own.